Hello there guys, it's me again, UnstableVoltage, with another episode of How to Feed the Beast in Minecraft. Over the last few videos we've been working towards building solar panels, which will allow us to increase our industrial craft energy. But in order to make them we are going to need silicon plates, and those require silicon cells, and to make the silicon cells we're going to need today's machine, which is the Industrial Centrifuge. The Industrial Centrifuge is part of the Gregtech mod. Now, the Gregtech mod adds many new machines to Minecraft. It also takes a lot of the existing machines and existing recipes and complicates them by adding extra steps, extra ingredients, and requires you to build more machines. In order to build this, you will require to have some of the machines we've already built on previous episodes, including the rolling machine from the Railcraft mod, the rotary macerator from Industrial Craft 2, along with the compressor from Industrial Craft 2. All of these machines are needed to make the carbon plates and metal alloys that you will require to make the advanced machine blocks. Okay, so on over to the crafting table, and I've already got all the ingredients I need in my inventory. So in order to put this together, what you need is an extractor in the middle, which we built in a previous video, the advanced machine blocks, 2 of those on either side, advanced circuits top and bottom, and then refined iron in all 4 corners. All of these are things that we can build and have covered in other videos, and that gives us our industrial centrifuge. So let us go and place this down over here. Now I do already have one, and I'll explain why in a moment. So I'm going to put the centrifuge down there. Now as you can see, I am actually using the Sphax Purecraft BD texture pack. Now obviously you may be using a different one, but as you can see with this texture pack there's currently no animation. The machine isn't moving, it isn't doing anything. So looking at the interface, what you can see here, we have a center slot for our ingredients. We have a slot on the top left hand corner to put in empty cells, and then 4 output slots which will give us various different sub-ingredients depending on what we put there in the center. So in order to make our silicon cells, what we need to do is we need to place 4 empty cells in the top left hand corner, and we're going to need redstone, and we're going to need 10. Now as you can see, I've put 9 in and nothing happens. The moment I place 10, the redstone and the cells disappear. Now you can see from these little progress arrows that it is starting its process, and if we just have a look at it now you can see that it is animated. However, this machine takes a long time to do anything at all. So slow in fact you'll actually think it isn't working, but trust me, it is. In order to make this, it can take upwards of 10 to 15 minutes in real time, so you might want to leave this doing its thing while you go off and do something else. This is the reason why I've built another centrifuge, because here's one I made earlier. So from the same recipe, as you can see, what we now have, 3 of the empty cells have been filled with mercury, 1 of the empty cells has been filled with silicon, and we have 5 pyrite dust and 1 ruby dust. But the important thing for us is the silicon cell. We can keep everything else as well because it will be useful in the future, but for the moment silicon cells is what we need. Now obviously at this rate it does take a long time to make silicon cells, so there is another method we can use, and that is to build an industrial electrolyzer. So what we're going to need is an electrolyzer in the middle and a magnetizer at the bottom. Both very simple to build. You can look up the recipes on Not Enough Items, and at this level of the game with this stage of technology you will be able to build them easily. An extractor at the top, which we've built before, advanced circuits either side, and refined iron in the corners. And that will give us our industrial electrolyzer. Now as you can see here, the max energy units in is 128, so this is a medium voltage item. So let's go over here, and I've already made a space for it, and this particular cable is wired up to medium voltage. And if we look at the interface here, you can see we have an input slot for cells and a secondary input slot for ingredients. So we are going to put 4 cells in, and we are going to put in, I believe it is a stack of 16 sand. There we go. Again, still not the fastest machine in the world, as many of the Gregtech ones aren't. It was only 2 empty cells that I needed there, not 4. So let's just give that a couple of seconds to finish. And there we are. As you can see, we now have a silicon cell and we also have a compressed air cell as well. And that whole process only takes about 30 seconds. So much quicker to do it that way than using the industrial centrifuge. But it's still worth having the industrial centrifuge because we're going to need that for a lot more machines in the future. Okay guys, that's all from me for today, so thank you for watching. Over the next couple of videos I will be building an industrial blast furnace, which is another Gregtech machine which we can then use to move on to finishing our solar panels before we move on to another project. I hope as always that you found this video entertaining and useful. If you have, please like and subscribe and share with your friends, and if you've got any ideas for anything you'd like to see in future videos, if there's a particular machine or item that you'd like to see me build and demonstrate, either send me a message or leave it in the comments below, and I will see you next time.